Hey students, how are you all? I hope you're all doing fine at home. Today's topic is again the chapter The Talkative Barber from your Marigold book, but it's going to be a bit different. How? Let us see. Now, students, do you have any idea about what we are going to do today? Now, see the picture carefully. Here are some words like miss, non, mega, I've, and iron. And you can also see some dash after miss, non, and mega, and before I've and iron. So, are you getting any hint about what we are going to discuss in today's video? Yes, you are absolutely right. Our today's video is on word formation. So, what is word formation? Whenever you form new words, that is simply called word formation. And there are different processes for doing that. Here is a list of those. First is compounding, prefixation, suffixation, conversion, clipping, blends, back formation, acronyms, onomatopoeia, eponyms, and toponyms. So these are some of the processes that are there for word formation. These are not the only processes, there are more. Okay, but today we are only going to discuss two things out of this whole list. From the whole list, we have chosen only two processes, that is prefixation and suffixation, or prefix and suffix, and together these are called affixes. Now students, just see what an affix is. A word or syllable added to a word to produce a derived or inflected form is called an affix. Now, affixes are of two types. You already know that. A prefix and a suffix. Examples are underground and crying. Here, if you consider ground as the root word, now root words are words which already have a meaning. Here, if you add the word under to it or before it, you get a prefix. You get another word and under becomes a prefix. In the second word crying, if you add ing to cry, you get a new word, and here ing is a suffix. So students, keep it in mind. Any word that is added before a root word is a prefix, and any word added after a root word is called a suffix. Now see this word, unhelpful. The word help is the root word. Why it is the root word? Because it already has a meaning and you know what its meaning is. Now if you add the prefix un and the suffix full to this word, you get another word which is a completely new word with a completely different meaning. Yes, now you see, if you added only full to it, it would have been helpful, which would have been another word. So you see, from one word, just by adding prefix and suffix, how many different kind of words you can make. Now students, look at this example very carefully. It is not just one example but a list of examples of prefixes. The prefix is given here along with the examples and its application in a sentence. So the prefix dis can be used as discord and discomfort. Alice hasn't complained of any discomfort. Super. The examples are superstar, supernatural. He became a superstar overnight. The prefix miss can be used as misjudge, misguided. If I have misjudged you, I'm terribly sorry. Re can be used as rewrite, return. My boss told me to rewrite the report. Mid, midnight, midday. We reached Paris at midnight. Now comes the word semi, semi-final, semicolon. Germany became first team to score 7 goals in a World Cup semi-final. The word un comes, unlock and unsafe. They now believe this drug is unsafe for animals. Non. From this we can get non-specific, non-verbal. Sentences. People often express our emotions non-verbally. Over. Overload, overdose. The server is overloaded. Next comes the word IR or ir. From this you can get irregular, irresponsible. And the sentence can be, I don't like learning irregular verbs. So now see students, here is a complete list of the words, prefixes rather, along with their examples and their application in sentences. Now this is not the whole list of prefixes. These are just some of the prefixes that are most commonly used. Now comes the list of suffixes. In the previous list, we saw the prefixes along with examples and their application in the sentence. But now we are going to see the suffixes with their meaning and their examples. So the suffix er can be used as words in words like helper, teacher, preacher, dancer. So what does it mean? It is a person. When you are talking about a person, so you see helper, teacher, preacher, dancer, all these are people meant. Meaning, action or result of, and the words can be movement, retirement. Number 3 is ness. It is a state or quality. Now this is not a state, not a countries and state, not that state, but the other one. And it can be used as fondness, awareness, kindness. Ion, I-O-N, ion. It can be defined as a process, state or result. The examples are decoration, celebration, decision. Now when you are saying these words, these are ending with un. Okay, you are not saying ion anymore. So number 5 is able, and the meaning is able to be. The examples are inflatable, preventable, adaptable. 6 is us, O-U-S. Having qualities of is the meaning of this, and some examples are joyous, humorous, fabulous. Number 7 is less, which means without. So the words that we can get are hopeless, faultless, fearless, restless. Number 8, able. That means having an ability. So the words that we get are flexible, accessible, collapsible. 9 is like, which means similar to, and example is lifelike. Number 10 is full, which means full of, and the words grateful, beautiful, wonderful, and there are many other words that are coming to your mind, right? Okay, so you can also write down these words. Next is ing. That is the present participle form of a verb. That is, and from this we get examples like laughing, driving, writing. Next is n. That is to become. And the words that we get are soften, fasten, lengthen, strengthen. 13th word is ly, ly, in a manner of something. And the examples that we can get are quickly. So you see many adverbs can be used here because you already know that most of the adverbs end with ly. So here you can write down many adverbs. And we also get the word which shows direction. And the word that we are getting is forward, backward, many such words are there. Okay. Now students, there are many difficult words here. Why I said each word is to clearly give you the pronunciation of these words. If it would be better if you write it down in your copy. Now that you have an idea about what prefixes and suffixes are, it's time for a fun quiz. Now let us see some rules that you need to follow for this. In the very beginning, you have to take a pen and a copy. Next, you will write down the questions that will be displayed a bit later. Each question carries 1 mark. And there are 12 questions, so total 12 marks. Then you will pause the video because you have to write down the questions. After that, you will write down the answers. The video will remain paused, and in the meantime, you will write the answers. All right, no cheating in here. After you have written all the answers, now you will play the video. Then you will check how many correct answers you have written and do a calculation yourself. You find out your score and tell me the score. How you will tell me the score? You know very well, right? You know how to reach me personally. So you will tell me the score there. And remember, students, no cheating. Here are some questions. 12 words. Most of these words are from the chapter The Talkative Barber. And the very first word is important. Next, patient, shaved, complete, perfect, respect, pure, polite, pleasure, satisfy, expected, obedient. All right, now pause the video here and write down these questions in your copy. I hope by this time you have already written down the answers. Now let us check whether your answers are correct or not. Okay, so now the answers are unimportant, impatient, unshaved, incomplete, imperfect, disrespect, impure, impolite, displeasure, dissatisfy, unexpected, and disobedient. I hope most of you have written the maximum number of correct answers, and do remember to tell me what your score is. That's all, students. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and remember, do not forget to send me your scores.